They say a mother never stops waiting. Maybe that's true. Because even now, with my hair gray and my knees aching in the rain, I still glance at the front door every evening, hoping to hear his footsteps. The house used to be loud. Laughter in the kitchen, sneakers on the stairs, music spilling out from his room. Now it's just the hum of the refrigerator and the ticking clock on the wall. He left 8 years ago, said he was going to build a new life in the city. I remember his last words before the taxi pulled away. He said, "I'll call you every week, Ma." He kept that promise for a while. The first year, he called every Sunday like clockwork. He'd tell me about his new job, his apartment, the noise of the city. I'd sit by the window with a cup of tea, smiling, pretending I wasn't counting the minutes before the call ended. Then, little by little, the calls grew shorter. Less laughter, more silence between words. And then it became once a month. Now I know exactly when the phone will ring, the first Friday of every month around 7:15, right after he gets off work, before dinner with friends. And still, I keep his room ready. It's funny, isn't it? A grown man with a wife and a child of his own, and here I am, making sure his bed is made, his favorite blue blanket folded neatly at the end. The walls still have the posters he put up in high school. A few have curled from age, but I can't bring myself to take them down. His sneakers are still by the door, dusty now, but lined up just the way he left them. Sometimes I spray a bit of his old cologne in the air, the one that smells like cedar and summer rain, just to pretend he's still here. The neighbors tell me to let go. They say, "He's grown up, baby. You gotta live your life." And I nod, smile, but they don't understand. Living is waiting. Living is keeping that room clean, that door unlocked, that hope alive, even when everyone says it's foolish. Last week, the pastor came by. He's a kind man, always checking on the older folks. He asked if I get lonely. I told him, lonely is when you stop caring who walks through the door, but I still care. He smiled and said that faith isn't always about miracles. Sometimes it's just about staying ready for when the moment finally comes. Every morning, I cook enough for 2, just in case. An extra egg on the pan, a little more rice in the pot. And when I sit at the table, I leave his chair pulled out a little, like he might walk in any minute. People call that denial, but to me, it's love. The quiet kind that doesn't ask for anything in return. There's a small photo frame by my bed. It's him, age 10, missing a front tooth and grinning like the world belonged to him. Sometimes I whisper, "I still see you, baby," even when you forget to call. I don't say it with bitterness, just a tired kind of tenderness. Because when you've loved someone long enough, you stop needing words. You just hope they're warm, safe, and that somewhere in their heart, they remember you made space for them once. A few months ago, I got sick. Just a small thing. The doctor said it was nothing serious. But when the fever came at night, I found myself reaching for the phone. I stared at his number on the screen for a long time, not because I didn't want to call, but because I didn't want him to hear me weak. I pressed the button anyway. It rang 3 times, then went to voicemail. His voice came on. "Hey, it's me. I'll get back to you soon. I left a message, just 4 words. I miss you, son. Then I hung up. He didn't call back that night or the next day. But the next week, a bouquet of yellow lilies arrived at my door with a note that said, "Thinking of you, Ma." No signature. Didn't need one. I placed those flowers in his room, right by the window, where the sunlight still finds its way in every morning. They've wilted now, but I haven't thrown them away, because even a dying flower can still hold love. Sometimes I walk to the kitchen just to make 2 cups of tea, one for me and one for him, even though I know the second cup always cools untouched. Little habits like that make me feel like he's still here, not in body, but in presence. The quiet kind that lingers in the corners of the house, between folded blankets and fading photographs. On the dining table, there are still faint pencil marks, the ones from when he learned to write his name. I've never sanded them off. Let the wood age with our memories. Every time I hear footsteps outside the gate, my heart skips. There's always that small, impossible hope. Maybe this time he came home without calling first. But it's always someone else. So I return to my chair, the one by the window, and I watch the same street he used to walk down every morning, the same road that took him to school, and then, years later, took him away for good. I don't blame him. The world out there is wide, too wide for a mother to cage with her love. I wanted him to see it all, to fly higher than I ever could. But for every departure, there's someone who stays behind, quietly holding the door open, not to pull them back, but to whisper, "Look how far you've come, my child." Sometimes I think about time, how it can be both kind and cruel. It has softened my pain, but it also carved new lines on my face. It made me older, yes, but maybe also gentler. The kind of gentle that doesn't rush anymore, that no longer expects but simply hopes. One evening, the phone rings again, the same number, the same cheerful, hurried voice. He tells me about his job, his apartment, his new friend. I listen. I nod, even though he can't see me. And before hanging up, he says the same thing as always. "Ma, I'll come home when I have time, okay?" I smile softly. Make time, dear. Just a little for home. After the call, I step outside. The sky is soft orange. The air carries the faint smell of rain. I walk back to his room, smooth the sheets, fix the pillow, and whisper, "Whenever you come home, everything is still the same here." Days pass quietly. I go to the small garden behind the house. We planted it together years ago, his little hands pressing sunflower seeds into the earth. Now those flowers stand tall, towering above me. I pick one that's about to wilt and place it in a vase beside his bed. I know the petals will fall soon, but beauty, I've learned, never disappears. It only changes form. At night, I sit on the porch. The lamp casts a warm yellow glow. Crickets sing. Somewhere in the distance, a dog barks. The silence wraps around me like an old blanket, worn but comforting. I look up at the stars. I used to count them with him until he fell asleep in my lap. Now I count again, just to remember that I still can. Sometimes I wonder, maybe a mother isn't just a house waiting to be entered. Maybe she's the small, steady light that stays lit so her child can find the way home. I don't know when he'll return. Maybe next month, maybe next year, or maybe never. But that changes nothing. I'll still prepare the tea, still change the sheets, still turn on the light in his room every night. Because a mother's love isn't about presents. It's about assurance. The quiet promise that somewhere in this world, someone loves you without condition. Sometimes I write letters, not to send, just to release what the heart can't hold. In one of them, I wrote, "My dear, the world will keep changing, but my love won't fade with time. If one day you feel tired, look west when the sun is setting. There you'll find a home still waiting for you."